All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Jack with Bonfire Locks, bringing you guys four more picks today. We have three in the NBA and then one in the NHL for our Player Profit Pick YouTube Pick of the Day. As always, please like, subscribe, comment throughout the video. It helps a ton, and it is completely free, and it takes you 2 seconds. So, again, I appreciate it a lot. So just make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit like, comment throughout. Make sure to check out our Discord and Winnable in the links below. Um, we've been growing a ton on Discord, growing a ton on Winnable. We want to keep growing that throughout the spring, summertime, and then as we ramp up, the NFL is when we make insane amounts of money. Right now we're doing well. You can see here a recap. We're in a week from hell. Uh, this is the worst week I've had in months. So I just need April to end, and then we will be back to normal. But hit the early San Francisco, Milwaukee, little VIP recap. Hit the early over San Francisco, Milwaukee, and then in the night slate, just the hockey games didn't. No one wanted to score, and then Denver, they look great. I had them plus 5.5. Team total over 103. Came out of the gate hot. They were up, I think like 28-20 in the first quarter, and then didn't score for the next 6 minutes. So they just completely collapsed. That's what happens when you fire your head coach with a week left in the playoffs. But we learn, we grow, and we will keep winning. We will bounce back big, and we're still doing very well overall. So I'm not worried. But let's get into today's pick. As I mentioned, we got three player prop picks for you guys. And let me update this now. Oh, and this is Friday, April 25th. I forgot to mention that. I put it in the caption, but for some reason, I forgot to mention that today. And the first player we're going with is a fan favorite with Paolo Banchero. Now, normally I would stay away from his total. I got it a little bit higher here. But I really like how, and again, this goes in kind of not what I normally do. His average has only been 26. He had the two small games, but those are pre-playoffs. But in the two games against the Celtics, you can kind of see, one, how the Magic are playing, but also, two, how the Celtics are playing the Magic. They're allowing Paolo and Wagner to get their points. They keep allowing them to score. And the Celtics' whole defensive strategy is let those guys score, don't let anyone else score, which happens a lot, similar to how Indiana is playing Milwaukee. They're like, okay, Giannis, you get your points, but no one else gets anything. And that's it's worked out really well for Indiana. And it's also worked out really well for the Celtics. Celtics have, the first game they blew them out. Second game they won by 9, didn't have Tatum. They won't have Tatum again tonight. So I think this is a good spot for Paolo I think Paolo will honestly get around 30 points around in this range, around 34, 35. He's also playing at home, which is great for him. So I really think this is a strong play. I'm actually shocked this line is this low. I would have thought it'd be around 30, 31. Especially Paolo playing at home. He played really well on the road against the Celtics. So I see this clearing easily. If you want another pick for the Magic, the other two picks I have aren't with the Magic. But if you want another pick for the Magic, I would definitely look at Wagner's points, depending on how high they are. I think he'll play well a lot. Because, again, the Celtics keep letting them to score. They don't let anyone else score. So we're actually staying in the game and going to my boy Derek White and looking at his PRA. So this is, on the other hand, Derek has played very well. He's played more and more, and especially too with Tatum out, he's getting more looks. The reason I'm looking more at PRA at the over 26.5 instead of points is because on any given day, a Celtics player could go off. Peyton Pritchard went off the other day. We had Sam Hauser that unfortunately didn't hit. But Derek White does a lot of assist, rebounding. You can see here, he covered this alone in his points. But a big part of where he hits his PRA is his assists and rebounds. Every single time. You can see here, the time he didn't, he only had 1 rebound. Another time here, he only had 4. But even when he doesn't hit this line, he's right there. And to me, that is a big indicator of, okay, he's going to play well. Again, the last 5, he's played well. And more specifically, in these 2 games against Orlando, he's played very well. And again, without Tatum there, someone else has to pick up the points. Someone else has to pick up the rebounds, pick up the assists, because Tatum is kind of a do-all player for the C's. So I really like Derek White helping out, improving, getting into this spot for the Celtics. And so that's why I took Derek White more than 26.5 points. And now before I get into the last player prop pick, again, because I had the strike, I'm not really promoting any affiliates, but I have all these great affiliates in the Discord. Again, the Discord is free to join, and we have great affiliates for daily fantasy, different sports books, and player profit, which I'll get into later, which is more sports trading. So make sure you check out these. Again, join the Discord. The link's in the description below. Get the winnable. Just by joining the Discord, you get a free month of all of our VIP picks. So make sure you check that out. And now for our last player prop pick, we are going with Indiana, who I really like in tonight's game. I'm honestly shocked the line is so low. But we're taking Benedict more than 12.5 points. You can see here, last 5, he's hit this in every single game. And more specifically, like I said, these 2 games versus Milwaukee. Now I know they're going on the road, but I do see this being a spot where, again, a nice role player can get his points, get his minutes. So I think Benedict will, early teens, around 13, 14. Do I think he's going to pop off for 20? No. But I do think, especially on the road too, another role player is going to have to come up big. They're 5.5 point underdogs, which I think is too high. But again, last player prop pick for the NBA, we're on Benedict Mathurin more than 12.5 points. So to recap the player prop picks, we got Paolo Banchero more than 28.5 points, Derek White more than 26.5 PRA, and then Benedict Mathurin more than 12.5 points. Now, our player profit pick of the day. Now, if you're not familiar with Player Profit, I've been working with them recently. They are a sports trading site. So what their goal is to find the best sports bettors in the world, the 1% of sports bettors, and they want to fund you. So Player Profit is great because they can 30x, 100x your bankroll. For only $30, you get a $1,000 bankroll. For $250, you get a $10,000 bankroll. And it goes up from there all the way to $100,000. For only $1,000, you can get access to a $100,000 bankroll, which is insane. It's similar to financial trading, where if you're very good at what you do, they'll give you money, test it out, and if you're good, once you pass these first 2 phases and you get into the fund round, you keep 70% of your profits, which is crazy. Player Profit keeps 30 for funding you, but you get to keep 70%. So if you get this $1,000, if you pay the $1,000, you get a $100,000 account, and you get into the fund round. Once you place your 20 picks, you keep 70%. There was a guy the other day that withdrew $44,000 in a month just because of how well he was performing. So again, I highly advise getting on them. I have multiple accounts with them. It's great. You can see here, this is one of my accounts. Right now we're down, but we'll bounce back. It's a little different when you first start getting used to it, but as you get used to it, then you start understanding what to do. But the pick I'm looking at in Player Profit for the pick of the day is in hockey. And this pick I really like. So let's go to more picks. So the game we're looking at is Edmonton versus the Kings. And if you look here, we'll go over to our friends at Outlier. These teams have been scoring a ton of goals. Kings have been scoring out of their minds. Last 2 games, this over has been flying. So I really like the total goals over 5.5. It's at minus 150. I started at minus 130 earlier, which I got it earlier, but it's at minus 150. So Vegas Golden Knights and Edmonton Oilers. No, not Vegas Golden Knights. LA Kings and Edmonton Oilers. Game total more than 5.5 goals. take the over. And I'm playing that. That is, yep, correct account. All right, so those are the picks that we have for today. Reminder, if you're all the way here, you made it, listen to me talk for 10 minutes, then you must be doing something right. So hit subscribe, put on push notifications for when these come out, join the Discord, comment, like. If you made it all the way here, comment, play or profit. And also, too, in the Discord, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm always, talking to different people. I was talking to people this morning about some of the affiliates we're working with. So, again, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.